Hello, everybody. So, I wanted to come on here and give an update. It is a wonderful update. Um, so, it's been a week since Damar Hamlin went into the hospital. If you remember, he plays the number 3 position for the Buffalo Bills. And last week, he was on the field playing the game. Everything was going really well, and then he tackled the other player, and he stood up, seems to be fine, and then immediately fell backwards. And then it was determined that he had some cardiac issues from the tackle, and so he was in the hospital all week. And now he is back in Buffalo. He is getting so much better. He has released some words on his Instagram telling people thank you for praying for him. And now he is back in Buffalo. Let me see which hospital. He's at Buffalo General Medical Center, and he's going to continue his recovery there and things like that. I think it's pretty. He has a good prognosis. Everybody is saying that they believe that he will recover and things will go well for him. It is standard. I would believe. I'm not a doctor or anything. I'm just a layperson, but I have seen somebody go from like the hospital to a rehab center and then go home. And it's because it's kind of like the level of care kind of thing in all areas where there's something medical happening, or even in the mental health field that I'm in, there is that level of care where somebody can go from, with even in the same hospital, because even he did it. He went from like ICU to a regular bed, and now he's gone. They've been able to transfer him back home, so he's stable enough, he's healthy enough to be transferred and different things like that. So that really shows that he is getting better, and it's really good. I've worked with a couple of people in the mental health field, um, who have gone from like inpatient to where they are sleeping in the hospital like overnight, to IOP, which is a more intensive level of a slightly less intensive level of care. Um, and then from the IOP, which means that they're going at least 3 days a week for, I think it's like 4 hours, I think. And then they go down to outpatient level of care, which is seeing a therapist once a week and things like that. In the medical area, I'm not a doctor and I'm not a medical person, but from a relative and a family friend that I have seen, they went from ICU to a regular bed, and then they went to a rehab facility. And at the rehab facility, they were focusing on like physical therapy, occupational therapy, all of those different things. And then they went from there, they went home, and then when they went home, the thought was that they were well enough that they could like drive back and forth to continue their physical therapy. And then from that kind of driving back and forth for physical therapy, they also got to see like their general doctor and things like that. And the care just got less intensive along as they went along. And so from the medical standpoint, that's what I've seen. I've seen ICU, general bed in the hospital, to rehab, and then intensive appointments back and forth from home. And then it became even less. And then it went to just regular, like, your regular checkups that you would go to your doctor for. And things like that. This spanned a long period of time. I'm not going to tell you the period of time because I can't remember, but I know it was a span of a couple of months at least. It was like maybe 6 months in all, if I'm thinking or remembering it correctly. And so it takes a while for somebody to fully recover and to get better and things like that. One of the things that I know that was a concern from the person that I know that was in ICU and then in the general bed is what it was, the movement, that ability to move your body, and keep your muscles going and things like that. So I'm not sure what care, Mr. Hamlin is going to be getting. But I'm really glad to hear that he is healthy enough to be transferred. And I'm sure we will hear more updates from his team and from himself, because he is posting on his social media again. And so that is something that's really, really good. So I hope that you have 100% recovery, and I look forward to seeing you back on the field. All right, we will talk again later.